All right, everyone, welcome back to the Royville House of Comics, and we are going to wrap up Batman #1 in our Dick Grayson retrospective reread Life and Times of. So we are on the last story, story 4, titled The Joker Returns, and DC Database says that the writer is Bill Finger, penciler is Bob Kane, and the inker is Jerry Robinson. And spoiler alert, this is the same team that did the last story with the woman known as Cat. All right, so let's just get into this. We start with kind of a nice, neat picture of Batman fighting the Joker with Robin dangling precariously on looks like a flagpole on the side of a building. And we see the Joker in jail. And it says 2 days later. So, looks like the Joker has been in jail from our previous story for 2 days.
Jail me, will they?
I will anyway. Make them pay for this insult!
I can't do a good Mark Hamill.
Yeah, I can't do a good Mark Hamill doing Joker, so I can't do a good Jack Nicholson. Hey, that's my Jack Nicholson. It's not, yeah. So we find out for the first and definitive time that the Joker is crazy.
Yes.
He has chemicals in his teeth
that he can unscrew.
That if they the chemicals get together, they explode. He carries those around in his teeth.
His teeth that evidently screw into his skull, which explains all the extra teeth.
My goodness, don't eat anything tough, dude. If those teeth cracks, your head's gonna explode. Crazy. So yeah, he has teeth that explode. He takes them out.
It does explain the extra teeth.
Yeah. So not only does he have these chemicals in his teeth that are crazy idea to have. Moments later, a terrific explosion blows a gaping hole in the cell wall. And if you can see this picture, it basically looks like the whole jail, the whole prison exploded. He has those in his teeth.
Dude, more than head gone, because I thought head gone and then I saw that picture and yeah, Joker gone.
Yeah.
Just gone. Poof.
So they have this cool thing where Bruce and Dick hear that on the radio the Joker's escaped. Then they have this cool kind of the Joker as Dick and Bruce are talking about him. He's creeping through the cemetery. He goes to a certain tombstone and then he opens it up and his underground lair
is in a
cemetery. Yes. So once again, an old couple, because I guess in the DC universe, the only thing old couples do is sit around listening to the radio.
Well, I mean, what else are they going to do?
That's true.
It's before really TV.
That's true. You are correct. So they are sitting around, and the Joker says that he is going to kill the chief of police,
Chalmers. Such a good name.
So what the
Joker has spoken.
The Joker has spoken. I said good day. So what do the police decide to do? The one thing that has worked amazingly the first time. They're going to get a bunch of officers and just encircle the chief of police because the Joker has never proven that doesn't work. Repeatedly.
Are you being sarcastic? I can't read that.
I don't... It might be a little bit of sarcasm.
Okay.
So, spoiler alert for the bottom of the page.
Joker!
It doesn't work. It does not work. All of these police officers and the chief of police is dead. He comes out, kills, and so,
It was an interesting method of death this time. Evidently, the Joker was able to get into where they were protecting the chief of police and arm his telephone with a dart so that if he yelled Joker into the phone, which he did, that the dart would propel into the commissioner or into the chief of police's ear.
Yeah, kind of like a sonic, like there was enough vibrational force that the dart, because he was obviously on the phone talking, the dart was ready to go, and enough vibrational force, it just shot the dart into the chief of police's face. And maybe today, I'm not really sure about the physics of that. That might be a little, out there. But I thought it was cool.
I'm not saying it was very creative.
I even have a note. Foam dart, cool.
It was very creative. It is cool. And I apologize. That's why I yelled Joker just a few moments ago.
Oh, yes. because he has to yell Joker so that the dart would propel and kill the chief of police.
And they've started calling the poison the quote-unquote Joker poison.
The Joker poison.
With the extra quotation marks around things. I think they're
we
just
better not have Bruce read that, though.
Because he's going to start calling the Joker, in air quotes,
right.
Joker. I think maybe it might be a penciling thing or a lettering thing to make, bold.
Mm-hmm.
To make things stand out more. The more I read these, the more I think... Because I think we had something in Detective Comics 38 that was kind of the same thing.
Okay.
So it might just be something that they want that word to really stand out in that sentence. So Joker is in bold and in quotes. So it makes it stand out from the rest of the lettering.
All right. So the next thing the Joker wants to do is he still wants that Cleopatra necklace, because as we remember, that was one of the things that he was looking for in the first one. So he says that he's going to steal it tonight at 8, and the Joker has spoken.
And I'll stop you. The Batman has spoken.
As he is, he was able to get his tobacco.
He's smoking
his pipe again.
Wearing a nice suit.
Yep, Dick must be at school or something because he's not in the panel for once.
Mm-hmm.
So once again, the amazing idea the police department has is they're just going to have a lot of uniformed guys standing around because that works every time. The Joker hides out in a mummy's casket, jumps out, and starts
mummy
to...
case.
Mummy case?
It's so weird.
Mummy case.
Anyway.
And so he uses his venom gun on the police, but Batman jumps out and they get into a rather extreme tussle.
Batman, what are you doing here? Sorry. It's the same thing. It's not exactly a direct quote, but I hear it in my head. Just, Batman, what are you doing here?
Right.
Well, you invited me.
I might ask you the same question. Dude, I just said on the radio earlier why I was going to be here. Weren't you listening?
Actually, what I really like about this scene, and it made me laugh, again out loud, when I was reading it, was the policemen were all like, the Joker, oh! And he's like, why are you surprised? I said I'd be here. Basically.
I just told you guys I was going to be here.
You were expecting me, I think is what he says. I'm sorry.
Why are you surprised? You were expecting me!
Just and then, Batman, how did you get in here? Like, really?
And once again, now the Joker refers to Batman as my friend. At the bottom panel.
I will yet laugh, my friend.
Exactly. Their bromance continues. However, and this is a really, really small thing. So on the next page, the Joker and Batman continue their fight. Mr. Joker and Mr. Batman continue their fight. And the Madman, being the Joker, not Batman, the Madman reaches for an ancient mace.
I knew you were going to do that.
It's an axe, people.
It's not a mace.
It's not a mace. It's an axe. I'm sorry.
But he does swing it so hard that it is outside of his panel.
That's true. That is true. So he attacks this guy. He attacks Batman, not this guy. It's Batman.
He attacks this guy. This guy.
So the Joker, he attacks this guy. And it's like I'm, eating a po' boy over here or something. But anyway, so the Joker attacks Batman with this axe. And basically kind of knocks him out. The Joker escapes. And this police officer is going to immediately go, well, I get to do something I always wanted to do. I'm going to see who the Batman is. I'm going to pull off his cowl. And there's this really cool, kind of like the Adam West, Burt Ward Batman show.
Oh, yeah.
So we have the page, and the very last panel on the page, will the cowl be taken off? If the Batman is revealed as Bruce Wayne, his career as a nemesis of crime is finished. Is this the end of the mighty Batman? Nope, he immediately gets up the next panel.
Y'all, they held the tension for all of a half a second.
Well, I don't know. Maybe the kid's like, he's reading this comic, right? And he gets up and he's like, Mom, Dad, Batman's going to be revealed. He's not going to be able to be a crime fighter anymore. You got to come. You got to come over and read this with me. Okay, kid. Yeah, okay. Who's this Batman? Okay, sure. And he reads, yay! He's alive! So it could have been like 30 seconds.
It's still not it should have been a to be continued.
It should have been the last.
Save that channel.
They've learned their lesson over the years. Over the years, they've learned their lesson. So, with startling abruptness. Oh, wait, whoa, dude, you just got up? Okay. The inert figure springs off the floor. Sorry, boys. Oh, sorry. Hold on.
You gotta get back into your.
Sorry, boys, but I'm not quite ready for jail. So, yeah, so he jumps up and sprints out, and actually kind of in a cool way, the police officers go to the window that Batman jumps out of, and they look down, they don't see him. Well, Batman grabbed and swung up onto the roof. So, the police officers think that Batman just disappears. So, yeah, I thought that was kind of cool. So, after that...
What a man!
What a man, what a man, what a mighty... Oh, wait, no. What a man. What a Batman!
I'm just saying, 80 years before Salt and Pepper.
It's true.
What a man.
So a politician starts speaking out against the Joker and the police because the police just basically their only plan is to stand around.
They keep doing the same thing over and over and over and over again, and it obviously is not working.
Yeah. So the Joker decides, I'm going to get this guy. This politician's talking bad about me.
Yeah, Edgar Martin.
I'm gonna kill this guy now.
Yet another really great name in this.
So he makes this plan or whatever, and once again, I'm gonna kill the Joker. Spoken. And so, what did the police decide to do, Ellen?
The same thing.
What? So they have a bunch of police standing around, and actually, they are standing in a circle against the wall with their hands crossed because nothing's getting by them. And so they decide, Edgar Martin's like, man, I don't know what to do. I'm really nervous.
You gotta help me.
You gotta help me. So the police officer's like, well, don't worry, we got this.
Go play some cards.
Go play some cards. Here's a deck of cards. No, don't go towards the deck of cards. So he goes towards the deck of cards, starts playing. And how many cards in that deck do you think are jokers?
2?
2? Well, let's pretend that there are no other cards in this deck.
Oh, 52.
52. So there are 50. So he starts shuffling the deck and sees that there are 52 Joker cards. And they're a little sharp. He got
They must be brand new.
They must be brand new. So he ends up getting a paper cut. And what is on the paper cut? The Joker Venom. And he laughs and creates a grin. So once again, sadly, the police department's plan did not work. And,
again, surprise.
Well, So we have a scene, kind of a cool scene, because we haven't seen him at all in this comic yet, in the various stories.
Oh,
at least the ones we've read, because we didn't read the.
I believe that Gordon is part of the first appearance of.
Right. Yeah,
but
in this, yeah.
In this line, no, we have not seen Gordon.
So, Batman, Bruce Wayne, because not Batman at this point.
What is he wearing? What? Bruce.
He's wearing a bow tie. What's wrong with the bow tie?
And an orange plaid suit. That the plaid is the same. Like, it doesn't change. Like, it's like all made from one piece of fabric. Do you see that? Like the pants and the...
Yeah, it actually just kind of looks like he spray painted the
plaid lines on it. Yeah, it's... Anyway.
So...
Moving on.
So, Gordon's kind of at its wit's end. He's talking to Bruce, and Bruce is like, well, I got this idea. I don't know if it's going to work, but let's lay a trap for the Joker. And Gordon's like, why? I had this plan where I'm just going to have a bunch of police officers stand around the victim.
Jim, how many uniform officers do you really have?
Enough?
Like 10 more?
Maybe. It'll work. It'll work this time.
Jim, I think that maybe you should look to this.
All right. Well, what's your plan? So, let's say that there's this big new ruby, and we'll have it all over the news media, and that's gonna make the Joker want it, because the Joker is obviously either Gollum or a dragon. Well, come to find out that the Joker really likes his precious. So he wants more of them. Mm-hmm. So he says that I know it's pretty much a trap, but I want the ruby anyway.
I'm going to go get it.
So he goes.
My precious.
And
the Joker has spoken.
The Joker has spoken.
We have another one
once
of those.
Again. And so he climbs out of his cemetery lair, goes to the place to steal, and oh my gosh, it's a trap. And the police have the drop on him.
They have gas
masks.
Like, what?
They are set up.
What?
They are set up for this. And they're like, don't move. Your poison's not going to work on us. And then the Joker just leans a little bit to the side and says, if my Joker poison isn't going to work, how about lead? And shoots them all.
Because, if
my Joker venom don't get you, bullets will. Curse our only weakness.
Try to get the Joker, will you? I love the phrasing of 1940s English.
So he runs out, and on the roof, who is on the roof but Robin, the Boy Wonder. At last, the Joker, he's got to be stopped. So, what happens? A really cool running scene where both of them are going, parkour! 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 And they run across the rooftops, and actually, the Joker gets the one-up on Grayson.
By doing the stop in the name of love.
Yep. Talk to the hand, and Dick is not able to grab the side of the roof, and he falls. And now we realize from that first panel, kind of almost the whole page spread of the beginning of the story, Robin is holding perilously onto the flagpole.
If I don't catch this pole, I'll never catch anything else.
Aww.
Such a, yeah. What a scrapper.
What
a little scrapper.
But our young Dick Grayson, I mean, come on. He was part of the Flying Graysons.
And they held the tension for about a half a second again.
Even as he falls, the perfect athletic body twists in midair. And with a wrench that almost tears his arms from his body. Wow.
It doesn't look like that hurt.
No, it doesn't look like that at all. Robin's second hand closed around the pole. So he does not plummet to his death, thankfully enough, because this would be a really short series of audios. However, the Joker does not hear Robin hit the ground, so he's going basically to finish the job, and Batman yells, "Joker, stop!" to basically confound the Joker so that he does not shoot at Robin. Yes, confound, distract him so he doesn't shoot at Robin. And Robin, however, does fall, but hits a
awning
and is able to do a flip and jump onto the back of the Joker. Mind if I drop on you?
Mr. Joker, when I get through with you, you'll look like the Deuce.
The Deuce.
Just said that he's gonna look like crap.
I thought that too, and I'm like, is that what they're going for, or just the bottom
Probably
of the
not.
Deck?
Probably not. But
I thought it was funny. So we have the Dick Grayson cheering Batman on, and Batman and the Joker once again fighting their martial fight.
Some good banter. Looks like your house of cards is tumbling. Not so fast with the cut. Well, that's not really.
Not so fast with the cutlery, friend.
Oh, right. I'll kill you yet.
Mind if I try to stop you? Well, I actually do, Batman.
My good man.
I wish you would just kind of just sit there and take it, please. So, as they're fighting, the Joker gets knocked for a loop against a building and accidentally stabs himself. What? No, it can't be true. Yet, there it is.
And then the Joker laughs.
The Joker is going to die. The laugh is on the Joker. Clown laugh.
Laugh, clown laugh.
Clown laugh. Yes, sorry. Laugh, clown laugh. So they basically, Batman and Robin, in the very first issue he's in, see the Joker die. And I'm sorry, but this is poetry in action right here. Look, still grinning in death, says Dick to Bruce. Bruce says, yes, and when the flesh is gone, the grinning skull will still carry the sign of the Joker into eternity. Wow, a little dramatic, Bruce.
I had to be silent for a moment to let that beautiful prose sink in.
But yeah, so they see the police coming up, and Batman and Robin have to run off.
The police officer calls an ambulance.
The police officer calls an ambulance, and guess what? The very first episode, or the very first issue that the Joker is in, he dies. No, wait, sorry. Very next panel, he's still alive. Sorry, guys.
However, the doctor is shocked. I mean, shocked. Look at his eyes.
examine this man. He isn't dead. He's still alive. And he's going to live.
Look at his eyes.
Yeah, he is crazy about this. But yes, so the Joker is alive. And seeing how, and that basically wraps up the Joker returns. However, the very last panel, since we are talking about Dick Grayson, golden rules for Robin's regulars.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a little panel, kind of advertisement. It's almost kind of like, do you want to be part of Robin's regulars? And it kind of makes me wonder if there was like a thing back in the day that you could mail away for. But it doesn't say anything about it here. It just has a little...
It literally says, no button or badge is needed.
Ah, well, there you go. There you go. So it says golden rules for Robin's regulars. Robin's code.
R is for
readiness.
O is for
obedience.
B is for
brotherhood.
I is for
industriousness.
N is for
nationalism. Wait a minute. Is Robin a...
No.
Okay, so that being said, there is a picture of an old man with a young kid, and you can see Robin in the background. And thank you very much for helping an old man across the street. I'd like to repay you for it. And it looks like he's going to hand the kid a shiny nickel.
A quarter, maybe? Probably a nickel.
Probably a nickel back in the day. Come on. These are 10-cent comics.
Yeah, probably nickel.
So, well, no, it's probably a dime. So that he can go buy another Batman comic.
Okay.
So, and then the boy says... Oh, no, sir. I couldn't take anything. You see, I'm a member of the Robin's Regulars. Our first motto is, always be helpful to those who need help. So, yeah.
So why not become one of Robin's Regulars? No button or badge is needed. The world will recognize your golden acts without them. Be a Robin Regular by being...
Regular. Robin's Regulars. Try Robin brand flakes. They make you regular.
I'm not as familiar with like the vernacular of the 40s, but I don't know what that means by being regular. I genuinely...
You're just a regular Joe. You're a good guy, maybe?
Guy? Okay.
All right, so that is the last story in Batman #1 featuring Robin. So, anything you didn't like about this story?
No, I mean, it wasn't as good as the first Joker story.
It was not. Yeah, I didn't think so.
However, there's just like a whole lot of like, Batman, what are you doing here? Like, it's just kind of like...
Right. What?
I don't know. Like, that kind of thing. And then the fact that they, like, try to set up tension, and then you turn the page and you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, that was a little jarring.
It's a little compacted for my taste.
Yeah. Well, when you only have... So, we didn't mention this before, but all of these stories are about 12 pages long. Mm-hmm. So you really... I guess can't slow roll it, but that leads me to believe it's a little too not slow rolled.
Well, the thing is, like, they had a good tension rate and a good storytelling pace in the first Joker story. This one felt like, oh, okay, we got to do something.
Right.
Blah. It's like all out there. Like, if it was just literally the Joker dying at the end, I'd actually be okay with that, because like Batman and Robin don't know that happened. So there's still like tension within the story, not for the reader, but for the characters within the story. The Batman unmasking thing though, it just felt like, why is that even there? I mean, did they feel like they had to address it because they knocked Batman out? Like, why did they knock Batman out if they need to, like...
They didn't even like go to Robin for a page.
Yeah, there was no...
Like, it was literally right, like, the very next panel.
I am okay with kind of putting things into context and all of that. You're right. It is a 12-page story. which is very short. The thing is, with comics, and the thing that made the Joker story, the Joker, the first one in Batman #1, the thing that made that so cool was that they didn't slow roll it, but it was a good pacing for the storytelling. This felt really erratic.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? That's the main thing I don't like about it.
Well, also though, if we want to go behind the scenes, it was the 4th story in the issue.
Are you saying it's like after the band on SNL?
It's like, yeah, it's just kind of like, we just got to get this issue over.
Okay. After the second band segment on SNL.
But I do agree with Ellen. Surprise, surprise. I didn't like the whole... It just seemed like, why is this taking up space? And they do it a couple times. Why is this taking up space? It almost got comical, especially after the first story, that literally all the police's strategy was just stand around.
Because, it works.
Yeah. However, that being said, I did like after they talked to Bruce, the whole kind of setup with we have the gas mask and stuff like that. I thought that was kind of cool. It's odd that Batman never uses any gadget like that. It always just describes his superhuman physique as being able to counteract what the Joker is doing.
That's why we needed to cover the prologue.
Yeah, true. In our very first Batman number one,
yes, I'm sorry.
We covered the prologue. But once again, fun story. I did like the return of the Joker. I thought it was kind of a good first story is the Joker, last story is the Joker. You got two kind of separate for the price of one book. Mm-hmm. I did like, too, that Robin was more, like, intrinsic in this one. He did a lot more in this one.
He did rely a lot on luck again at the end.
True.
The pole just happened to break over an awning when he just happened to hit the awning in such a way that he was able to bounce off onto the Joker's back. But that's just me from a modern standpoint being jaded and looking back at that.
A kid reading this, I think, at the time wouldn't even blanch at that. Blanche? Golden Girls? Anyway, sorry. Might not be the word for that. Other than that, though, I like the story. I really like this early Joker story.
I like that they established, like you said at the beginning of our covering this story, that he is crazy.
Yeah.
From the get-go. I'm not saying there's not evolution, because there is, but, like, it is established from day one. The Joker is crazy. Mm-hmm. Joker be crazy.
And I liked that, once again, it was kind of a partnership. Batman was going after the Joker, but he had Robin kind of set up. Mm-hmm.
Agreed.
You're going to be here, I'm going to do this. And, when Robin was in trouble, Batman basically waving his hands, Joker, over here.
I'm a distraction.
Right, I'm a distraction!
But no, I agree. It's just those few, like, storytelling hiccups that, like, made it really... dated, but it also made it goofy. It made it really goofy.
Yeah. But that is our first Batman issue along the saga that is the life of Dick Grayson. Next, I think we were going straight into Batman number 2. And once again, that will probably be a few different stories. So we will probably keep this idea of doing a story and episode until we get into the more modern-esque version of comics where it's just one story in the issue. So until then, I hope you enjoyed our walk through the life of Dick Grayson. I'm really having a great time. I hope Ellen is.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Well, no, I don't know what you want me to say.
No, it's cool. It's cool.
It is good. It's fun.
So, all right. So, if you like Dick Grayson, if you like what we're doing here, please subscribe. If you want to know when these new episodes drop, please hit the notification bell. Leave a comment on your ideas on Dick Grayson or anything in the issue. Other than that, if you want to help your fellow man, join the Robins regulars, because as we know, you don't need a badge.
You just need to be regular.
You just need to be regular. Keep reading.
Bye-bye.